happened? I've learned how to crochet. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mariah Renee. I'm excited for this one. I understand that the camera angle is not the best. That doesn't matter. What does matter is that I finally learned how to crochet. If you listen to the podcast, which no one does, but it's okay, I still enjoy doing it. I've talked about my journey with crochet a couple of times. A quick little recap is Crochet Club is like the first club that I quit in elementary school, and I ended up becoming like a perpetual quitter. I don't follow things through. The moment that I'm inconvenienced, I'm like, meh, whatever, it's not worth it. And I have done that for a very, very long time. For whatever reason though, crochet has just always been a hobby that I've wanted to pick up. And after probably 2 different sit downs and learnings and teachings, I have finally learned how to crochet, and I want to share some of the projects that I have done with my new skills. I decided to start with a blanket and this is about 1 month's progress. It is 100, and you can see here that in the beginning I did not know how to count chains, so at its longest this is 112 stitches, but this is closer to like 102, and I believe I have either 8, I have 100, I think I have 102 rows complete. I feel somewhere between about a third and half of the way done, but obviously I have no clue how it's going to be. And also, if you crochet, then you can see that your girl has been yarning under, because when I first started I didn't understand the difference, and so we have a yarn under blanket situation. But I actually feel really proud with the amount of progress that I have made in a month. At first I thought that this blanket was like hands down going to take me the entirety of 2025. I still think that this project is going to carry me through the year, and I have so many different little parts that we'll get into that it might, but I did not expect myself to be this far, so I'm feeling pretty good with where I am at. That being said, this is going to be the body of the blanket, and to address this puckering, I have decided that I'm going to do one of 2 things. I'm either going to create like a border to bring this all together, and then I'm going to attach a granny square border, or I'm just going to do some maybe like free form or just tiny little strips. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. I don't know how I'm going to address this so that it doesn't always pucker, but when I get there I will let you know. I also would like to include a yellow stripe at the top of the blanket. I am nowhere near my color change, but I would also like that as a design feature. And then around the border I will be attaching different granny squares. Actually, I won't be attaching this one. And these are some of the designs that I have so far. This pink one was actually my first granny square and where I first learned how to color change. And then I decided to make them of this size. So I also learned how to add a border after the fact. And honestly, I think this one came out so cute. So it's really funny. When I first made this granny square, I hated it because of how this design isn't completely even. But now that I have this little shell on it, it honestly reminds me of like a little Pop-Tart. And so it's like become my favorite granny square simply because it reminds me of a Pop-Tart. This is a seamless granny square that I learned. These are the same pattern, and this purple one is a classic granny square. You can see they kind of have like a little bit of a different design. And then this is my most recent granny square. I actually just finished it today. It is a little star. I learned how to do a magic circle for this design. And I also learned how to do a half double, a treble, and a double treble, I think it's called, in today's project as well. It was really fun, and it was a good little challenge for the day. I have only been crocheting for a month. This is the first swatch. This was the swatch in which I learned how to crochet. You can see that it is slanted, and that's because I was doing a mix of yarning over and under. This is how I learned how to single crochet, and then I moved on to the blanket, so this is where it literally all began for me. And this is a comparison of 1 month ago versus today. I did also make little heart appliques that I turned into magnets for friends, but I don't have a picture of them. Those were fun to make. That's all of my crochet projects. I'm excited to see my blanket grow, and I'm excited to share little progress updates, and I'm honestly excited that I finally pursued a skill enough to learn it and stick with it. Let me know if you are thinking about picking up a skill from your childhood, why you didn't pursue it, why you want to pick it back up, or if you have recently picked up a hobby that you have made some good progress on. Celebrate yourselves, let me know, and I will see you for the next update. Bye!